elevate. They stacking up losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, that's why I couldn't levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. When you elevate, they stacking up losses, I'm handing them out.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Mindset Cafe podcast. As always, it's your boy Devin Gonzalez, and today I'm bringing you another Thursday Thunder or a Thursday cup of brew. And today's topic, I wanted to touch on something that I know we hear a lot in social media, and I'm sure that you've heard on other podcasts and stuff, but it's visualization, right? And let's start off by describing what is visualization. It's the act of trying to create a mental image of your goals or an outcome or a skill that you've been working on, right? For example, Kobe has been said to, and I know Michael Jordan has been said to basically visualize themselves shooting that three-point shot. Shooting that three-point shot, not just shooting it, but shooting it from a specific point on the court, right? With the crowd going and how they're feeling, with someone coming at them, right? And so now you're creating a mental image, not just a still image, but possibly a almost like a short video of the outcome or the goal that you're trying to achieve, right? And how are you, when you're thinking about visualization, you have to start imagining, how an event or a task or a skill will look, recreate it by how you're going to feel, what it feels like once you've actually achieved it. What are the noises that you're hearing? And the more you can create and the more you can add to that image, the more it gets imprinted in your subconscious, right? And with visualizing you achieving, let's say your dream job or getting your dream job, or, getting that three-point shot or getting that winning goal, right? Or, getting your dream house. When you're creating your visual image, realize you're creating something that's positive, right? So when you're imagining something and you're creating this whole thing, visualization is a technique that is for positive outcomes, right? So you want to make sure that you are in a positive state, that you are, in a positive environment while doing this, right? You can do it right in the beginning of your day before the stresses of the day start, coming towards you. But through visualization, the technique that we're going to kind of describe, or some of the techniques that we're going to describe, they are to enhance your subconscious. It's to enhance your subconscious to start creating basically a reality of this, outcome or this goal or this thing that you're trying to achieve. And through you imprinting it on your subconscious, it actually allows you to start looking for the opportunities to make this a reality, to create the actionable steps that will allow you to make this visualization of your goal actually become your reality. And I know the reason I wanted to tie this in today and open your mind to this is because I know there's a lot of talk of the law of attraction, and if you really want something bad enough, just believe that you'll get it and you'll get it. While there is the tie to a law of attraction, realize that's just a piece of it, right? It's not the whole thing. Like, you can want something super bad and the world's just not going to give it to you, right? The world doesn't care how bad you want something. You need to be able to create actionable steps, look for the opportunities, and look for the chances for you to actually move yourself forward in achieving those goals, or achieving that shot, or, getting that dream job, or, aligning yourself in a way that it becomes your reality. So it's not that, the law of attraction is fake or anything like that. It's the fact that, the law of attraction is a blanket statement, and visualization is one key of that, right? And so there's some different ways and different techniques that we'll talk about in a second, that you can start to incrementally, add your visualization to your day, right? Or find the way that, one of the tools that we talk about, find if that's the thing that, works for you. Not everything's going to end up working for you. It's not, again, one key for every lock. So it's one of those things where find the one that works for you, at least pick one and start working on it. And it will start to open up your mind and actually allow you to achieve your dreams, right? With visualization, the benefits of it, it does help create clear decision making because you're creating this mental picture of your goals, and now you're allowing yourself to make better decisions to actually reach those goals, right? You'll be able to break down your goals into smaller, more achievable tasks and adapt to that, in changing environment, whatever the case may be for that goal, right? And in doing so, you're going to end up increasing your confidence. You're going to end up increasing your mental health, right? You're going to end up increasing the healthier habits or behaviors that you need to do in order to actually achieve those goals. So let's go over a few different, visualization techniques that you can start. Number one is you can make a vision board, right? There's different softwares out there, there's different programs out there, but you can, do it old school and you can get a poster board and create a vision board. Create out a vision and a roadmap that aligns with your goal, right? Using pictures, using basically other people that have achieved the dreams or the success that you're looking for, or someone that maybe represents a skill set or something that you're trying to acquire, right? And doing that and creating and almost making like a collage and putting it on the wall. Every day you walk past it, you're seeing those images and it's reminding you basically of what you're trying to envision your life to be like, right? Or the skills that you're trying to acquire, or whatever the case is for yourself, right? And you want to make sure that you're trying to take small steps every day to align again with those pictures. So that, I think that one's a big one and it's kind of underrated, but that is a huge one. Like for me, I actually have a vision board on my laptop desktop, right? As well as actually it's my phone screensaver. So it's one of those things where I see it every single day, and while I might not be staring at it, and just staring at the pictures, it's getting imprinted into my head. Those images, it starts to become my reality. And so the next technique I want to go to is actually creating that mental image that we talked about earlier. When you're creating that mental image or that, short video in your head, I want you to try to use all five senses, right? You want to try to, think about what are you tasting? What are you hearing? What are you feeling? What are thoughts that are running through your head? What are the outside, what are the outside influences in the sense of like, is there someone else, running at you? Is there your next boss basically giving you the job, right? And shaking your hand. What does the hand feel like? What does the handshake feel like? What does it sound like when you tell your mom, your dad, your significant other that you got that job? All those kind of things, right? Those are the kind of things that you want to make sure that you're actually creating with your visualization. It's not just like, oh, I want this house, right? Start to paint a picture in your head. What is it like parking your car in the driveway? Picture yourself walking up the steps to your front door and so forth, right? And start to make a layout of a success map, like what are the tools that I need to do to get there, and start to break down your visualization into the step before and the step before that and step before that, right? Watch yourself go along the journey of achieving your goals, right? Another thing you can do, similar to like the vision board of cutting out pictures or printing out pictures, is sketch out a roadmap. Create a rough draft, a rough overview. This is my first thing. I have a light bulb idea. Draw a light bulb with a little post-it on what are some of your ideas. Then after the light bulb, what are you doing? Are you looking to hire a team? Are you needing to hire a coach? Whatever the case is, and draw out a little roadmap, right? And again, there's softwares to do that and stuff, but you don't necessarily have to do the vision board by just, cutting out pictures. You can draw out a little sketch, right? The next thing, honestly, that I would really start to use as a tool is almost create similar to like the video and picture in your head, but you could do a mental rehearsal of, let's say if your goal is a skill set or something, if you practice that skill in person, right? So this one applies more to skill set, but like if you've done something, let's say if you're going back to Kobe, right? Shooting that free throw or shooting that 3-pointer, right? He's done it enough times where he can now, while he's not on the court, he can actually picture himself replaying that perfect shot over and over and over again, right? And while he's replaying that over, each of those reps is a basically imprint in the subconscious of another successful basket, another successful basket. And again, those are like additional reps. Going back to the law of attraction, this one is a little bit more, I would say, tied to law of attraction, and it probably is more popularized like that, and it's basically affirmations, right? When you're doing your affirmations, you can write them down, you can, say it to yourself in the mirror, whatever works for you, but, talk to yourself, and let yourself know that, you are your own inspiration, right? You are someone that is basically doing the things they need to do to achieve the goal. For example, I'm a successful partner at a world-class law firm working on cases that make a difference to my community. I am a heart surgeon that is, saving his 1,000th patient's life by changing, a heart, for example. I know that's kind of random, but another one, let's say, I'm happy to be able to balance my life and my work balance so that I have a healthier, happier relationship with my kids and my wife or my husband, right? So those are the kind of affirmations that you can tell yourself. But one thing that actually I heard at a conference is, while saying it is good, writing it down basically seconds it in terms of it basically locks it down. Think about most ideas, let's say business ideas, right? Most ideas are ideas. And then you tell someone about that idea. So it goes from thought to words. Then from words, what happens next? You start to write down a business plan, right? So if that's the case, think that if you're thinking it and you're speaking it, wouldn't the next step logically be to write down that affirmation? Keep a journal and write down, you can write down your affirmations in every day in the morning or at night and do it day after day after day. And again, it starts to become something that your subconscious believes is reality. And another one that you can do, I would say, is, you can meditate. And while you're meditating, essentially you're creating those visual images and you're creating those videos in your head, right? But also it allows you to tune into yourself, right? There's neuroscience that has been actually shown the connection between your meditation to your subconscious mind. So if you're actually creating those videos and creating those pictures or creating those scenes in your head while you're in a space, again, talking about positive spaces, if you're in a space that is allowing you to relax and not focus on anything that's happening around you, it allows you to connect a little bit deeper to your subconscious and guide yourself through that video or guide yourself through that picture and allow you to actually break it down a little bit further, right? One thing that I know we've talked about on a previous podcast was the candle flame technique, right? And what I mean by that is you can stare at a candle flame. If you can stare at a candle flame for a minute, it will start to increase your focus, right? And while it doesn't seem that hard, try staring at a candle flame. And if you don't have a candle, pull up a video of a candle flame on your phone and just try to stare at it for an entire minute. But while you're staring at it, only think about the candle flame. Only think about the candle flame. Don't think about anything else that's going on in your life. And if you do think about something else that's going on in your life, reconnect your thought process to that candle flame. And over time, you'll start to build that skill of only focusing on that candle flame. Now, while I bring up that candle flame, it's because the same thing goes to your mental imaging or your mental video play in your head while you're meditating, or if you're not meditating, that's fine, during your affirmations, so forth. But while you're playing the video in your head, or playing the picture in your head of your new skill set or of your dream goal or your dream job or whatever the case is for you, you only should be thinking about that and try to envision that picture or that video and that process with as much vivid detail as possible for an entire minute, right? You can set a timer on your phone, that's fine. But as you start to, you'll almost like notice, because I've done this, Ed Milet actually talked about this, but you'll almost notice like your video in your head will start to blur out, come into focus, blur out, come into focus. And over time of you building that skill, you'll start to stay in focus longer, and then you'll get in focus longer. And before you know it, then it'll be that you're in focus for that entire minute. And then from there, you'll actually be able to start adding additional details to that video. So that 1 minute starts to get more detailed. You'll start to notice more things that are happening, more things that you're hearing, more things that you're feeling, and so forth, right? So today I just wanted to kind of touch on, visualization a little bit, and hopefully, you guys can take one of those tools, and hopefully you guys do actually take those tools and realize it's something that doesn't just happen overnight. It's not like a tool that you can just implement it today and your life's going to change tomorrow. It's something that is a progressive tool, and it's basically like a long-term tool. And if you continuously do it and you are dedicated to building your tool set, I guarantee you that things will start changing, right? You have to be dedicated and have to actually give it time to actually start working. But if you actually start to try to improve this tool, believe me, your world, your opportunities, everything will start to change and will start to align with the goal that you are envisioning. So with that being said, I hope this helps you guys out. I know today's episode was a little bit longer, but I know that I just want to make sure I cover this with you guys because I hear it all the time. Law of attraction this, law of attraction that, meditate here, meditate there, visualize this, and all this other stuff. But again, it's not really, they don't really tie everything together. So I want you to really realize that they're not different things. They're all the same thing, and they all encompass each other, and they aid in each other's ability to actually transform your subconscious and allow you to align yourself and look for the opportunities to align yourself with your goals. So with that being said, stay tuned for tomorrow's update. I'll post it on my Instagram, Devin, DEVAN.Gonzalez. I'll post it on my Instagram as well as in the Mindset Cafe community on Facebook. So if you're not already part of the Mindset Cafe community group on Facebook, make sure you guys join there to stay tuned for updates. But I will be posting in there as well as my Instagram the time and everything for the Friday live. So stay tuned for that, and I look forward to seeing you guys all in there and contributing to the chat. But with that, make sure you guys share this with a friend, leave a 5-star review. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, and I will see you guys tomorrow.